Great. So here we are again, guys, on another episode of The Wall, live and direct from Accra, Ghana. Today, I'm with Rahamani Yuba, the CEO and founder of GGC. I first met Rahamani Yuba, which, well, I'll just shorten it because most people just call him Yuba, which is fine. I first met Yuba last year when we came to Ghana for the actual GGC finals at Cresta TV, and it was quite impressive. I must say it's one of the most impressive eSports setup I've actually ever been to, and I've been to a few. It was really cool, man. Tell us a little bit more about GGC, Yuba. What is GGC, and what's the purpose of it, and what was the motivation behind it, and how far do you see it going?
Yeah, previously, before all this thing started, we love games.
Yes.
Yeah, me and my friends, we do play a game a lot, but there wasn't something like competitive gaming in Ghana at that time.
Just casuals, eh?
Yeah, you just play for fun.
Got you.
So at a point in time where I realized that most of our friends do brag a lot, so the
so it's to put up our shut up.
Yeah, so to make it more intensive, we try to contribute money and put it on to compete. Whoever wins, take it.
Gotcha.
So at the point in time, we realized that no, we can't do it among us. We want to extend it.
Mm-hmm.
So we planning to extend it, we knew it's not going to be easy. We needed big cash to be able to do it. And so me and my three friends, we decided to start the groundworks. So we did a lot of paperwork, and we started doing research online, and we realized that.
I'm sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
When was this?
This was 2006.
Okay, continue. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, 2006. So we realized that was big out there. So it wasn't something that we were just thinking small here. So when we saw the motivation out there, we were like, instead of just doing it in our area, why don't we do it like national?
Nice.
So we'll be there like the first to do something like that. So if you look at most of our posters, our write-ups, we use the tagline, the first eSports, the first gaming competition, everything like the first. So
innovators.
Yeah.
Nice.
But we realized that it's not going to be easy. We need capital. So we thought about getting sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
So initially, the energy between me and my friends were high. We were highly motivated. We stayed up all night doing all those sort of paperwork. But it got a certain point that the funds weren't coming from all angles, and we're like, so some of my guys actually fell off. So we took a break 2006.
About how many of you were there at the time? In 2006, how many of you were there? How many?
Like
friends,
we're including me, 3.
Okay.
Including me, 3
guys and a dream. Gotcha.
Yeah, so they fell off, and one of them actually revived me to start again. That was like 2008. 2008.
2 years later. Okay.
Yeah, so we started doing the research again. We found out that there's a gaming competition out there called World Cyber Game.
World Cyber Games.
Yes,
okay, gotcha.
World Cyber Game. That's WCG. So we wrote to them and told them that we are this is something that we've started here, and we think there's a potential here that there's a lot of talents that we want to represent Ghana. So we wrote to them and they responded to us. So because of our time frame, they were in China.
Okay.
Because of the time frame, so mostly we have to stay up late to meet them. Yeah. So we wrote to them and they replied us. They gave us all the necessary requirements, and then we're supposed to pay a royalty of $1,000. I think it was about $1,000 at that time.
$1,000? What is it? US dollars?
US dollars.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, $1,000 US dollars at that time. So we got all those information, and we were pleading them that we are young, and here we don't have that kind of money, and even before a corporate body or somebody to fund you, they need an evidence that shows that we have direct link with them, and there are people who not just anybody. There's an entity that we are dealing with them directly.
It's real.
So we told them that they should grant us the royalty to able to start something, and based on that we can get. And they told us that it doesn't work that way. We just have to get a royalty, and before we get a royalty, we can't do anything in their name. So we wrote to EA
Okay.
We actually wrote to EA, and they responded to us, and they gave us some forms to fill. So based on the forms, we don't know what mistake or what went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get back to us again.
That's EA.
The EA.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
when we wrote to them first, they got back to us. And they gave us some forms to
And
fill.
afterwards, they never did.
They never got back to us again. So
I guess maybe EA was busy. Look, okay, fine. Well, that's pretty interesting, but it clearly was a rocky road getting started, Yuba.
Yeah.
But you finally got it off the ground. Take us to that point now where you actually had. And by the way, originally was it always called GGC?
Yeah, it was called GGC.
And GGC's Geeks.
But the first time the name was Cyber Game City.
For your okay.
When we started.
When you just started Cyber Game
but
City.
it was still it was CGC.
And then you changed it to GGC.
Yeah, I changed it to GGC.
Remind me, what does GGC stand for?
Geeks Game City.
Geeks Game City.
Just derived the name like from a geek, someone who's a geek.
Understood. I get it. I've been made to understand recently like titles like geeks and nerds are actually well revered in the gaming community and anime community. So I understand completely. Okay, so GGC eventually got its footing and started getting stuff done. Because like I said, I met you in December at the GGC finals.
Let me clarify this. 2009, like 2008, we after trying WhatsApp game that it didn't work, we paused. In 2009, we wrote a bunch of proposals, and one of my guy who was serving like as the sales person, like who went out there to look for funds. We threw our proposal. A lot of companies that you could mention, big companies here.
You see, what you're telling me about is a road that I have traveled a long time, so I can completely relate and empathize. I know what you're talking about, your proposal after proposal, and most of these proposals have this statement in there that tries to remind people or bring it to the forefront that the video game industry is larger than the film industry and the music industry worldwide and combined. And I can imagine what was written in that proposal, so I understand. But what's important, I really don't want to dwell on the negatives and the struggles because we all face them. Everybody has their cross to carry, and it's the heaviest. What really interests me is the progress that GGC is making now. So when I came to the GGC finals last year, is this an annual thing? You have this every year?
Yeah, before last year we have had one we did that was to 2017. So later on, like before we started, with the plan that we wrote down to be able to engage the community, what we have for them, we decided to do an invitational series, which is no registration fee. If you feel you got what it takes to play, you sign up and you join. So we had a couple of people who signed up, and we started. And at that particular time, some of my friends who decided to join me did tremendous work for me. We leave early in the morning. We did it for about 3 weeks, like 3 weeks continuous. So, and because
preparations lasted for 3 weeks.
No. The actual event.
The actual event lasted for 3 weeks?
Yes.
Like every weekend or something?
Every weekend.
Got you.
Every weekend. Every weekend. And we're thinking about also for content wise. So it didn't go as like the normal tournament, like you go every event like in Ghana here. You just go and sit there, you play, you whatever you win, you go away. We branded them, we gave them t-shirts, we do introduction like a profiling. We profile each player, where you from, so, and most of them were not used to kind of thing, so it was like a new thing that they were being introduced to, which was amazing. And at that particular time,
I can imagine they kind of moved from a LAN party setup to an actual real professional event.
Yeah, and I was, because of most of the time since then, because of the long research that I did, I actually was aiming high in terms of the look and feel.
Yeah, I can tell just by how your stuff looked in December and how it looked now, because even since I've been here, I've been to one of your events, the Ghana E-Cup, FIFA E-Cup it was called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see that you take your things seriously. It's not a backyard setup. I like that. I see your ambitions. Tell me something, Yuba. I know that obviously I came here in December with Empire Arcadia.
Yeah.
That's how I met you. Exactly how has what have you? I guess you have fostered somewhat of a relationship with Empire Arcadia. What have you guys been up to? What are you guys working on, and what exactly has been the benefits thus far working with Empire Arcadia?
It's I can say it's a blessing. You know, it's not easy doing good stuff and being not recognized. It's not being easy, and I feel like as a creative person,
Yes.
If you don't even have money or gain as a creative person, if you don't earn much or money
Yes.
in your craft,
Mm-hmm.
and you just get one word says I like it, you're doing a great job, it keeps you going.
It does.
It fills up your spirit. It makes you want to do more.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that keeps me going as of now.
Your passion.
Yes. So meeting Triforce, who's the founder of Empire Arcadia, like his energy, or probably like his interest, his interest in what I was doing and the kind of praise he gave me makes me feel like there's more to give. And for now, as a GGC stand now, he has actually brought light
Yes.
to where we are, and I feel like there's more to come. And I think our relationship got stronger when we invited him to our final, which is the Champions League, which Sule won.
Yes, I remember.
So after Sule winning that, they got interested. No wonder kid. that was one amazing moment.
Yeah, it was quite a historic event. I'm glad I was a part of it.
Within my journey.
But it's good because that means I know what you mean. You know, when it's hard to find, especially when you're a creative person who is driven by passion and not just by money. It's hard to find like-minded persons, and when you do find a like-minded person, it can be quite a shower of blessing. It can be quite refreshing, I should say. And I'm assuming that is what you found in the whole Empire Arcadia thing, a like-minded person who was as driven as you and who respected what you were doing and who was willing to, you know, do the whole one hand washes the other kind of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's good to know that it was a...
And what motivated me more, got me happy, I watched one interview he did in Jamaica where he was mentioning GGC and how our setup was being great here, and working with a TV station who understand the feud that we all love.
A wise man once said, right, that integrity and commitment is doing what you said you were going to do long after your mood has changed. And that's one of the things I've found out about Triforce Johnson. He's the kind of guy, if you sit down with him now and you have a meeting, a face-to-face, an exchange, and he says, yeah, he likes this, he likes that, he's going to do A, he's going to do B, he's going to do C. He long after the meeting is over and he's left, even if he leaves your country, you know what I'm saying? If he said he's going to do something, he's going to do it. It may not be as fast as we all want it to be, including himself, but he gets it done. So I understand exactly what you're saying. I've heard him, commend GGC and the whole Ghanaian eSports scene many times over. So, and I know that your event was also the most impressive that we attended. So yeah, he definitely speaks highly of you. That is a good thing. Tell me how you think, because you're obviously aware of doctor battles, right?
Yeah.
And what it is that they do and what it is that they bring to the table with their battle ladders and so forth. What do you think doctor battles joining up with GGC could do for the esports scene here in Ghana, or for your esports scene per se? Because I also know there's a bit of division going on here.
Yeah. The first time I hear about doctor battles, I thought I think
it was some surgeons fighting in an emergency room.
No, I didn't actually thought about what it means, but because they've explained to me what it actually means.
Got you.
Yeah, but I feel like as we're growing now as GGC, for an entity who also creates platform to help we grow, to have connection with you, it's a great thing. Because some of us we use certain apps or devices that we try to get to the creators or the owners, which is like we are not being recognized.
That's similar to eSports Jamaica, Dexter and Graham and his he does something similar where he tries to bring people together through his website.
So in the long run, if you have people who are creating platforms for our work to be much easier and giving us opportunity to explore, and it's really a great thing for me, and for them, for us to finally get in touch to able to work together. I think is a really great opportunity, and for their app, honestly, it's not just coming to pass through, it's gonna stay, and for based on the things that they serve, or probably what the app does,
you see some longevity there.
I'm telling you, it's gonna help us. For example, apart from using it for your bracket, it's also creates a platform where you can interact with your gamers. It's like a chat room. And then besides how you like with your pool price, if you have a pool price for a tournament, they have kind of bonuses that they give you. And I honestly think any organizers should actually be using that kind of platform
to able strategy,
to able to improve their gaming events.
Well, tell me, so based on what you're saying, you believe then that Dr. Battles is able to provide you with the resources necessary to make esports in Ghana bigger?
For sure.
Hey, Yuba, I see where you have already done a lot, and you're very active in the esports community. So, I mean, it goes without saying that you probably have more great things in the works. What's next for GGC and Yuba?
We are lucky to have Triforce bringing us someone to support what we are doing here, because it's been a struggle, and what is coming up next is full support by a company called Color Switch, by the help of Triforce, who linked us together. Who linked us together. For the fact that our people are not seeing what we are doing, and someone across the ocean to bring his support for us to keep doing what we're doing. I just can't have this interview without mentioning the next event and their great support that they've put in, like they've contributed to this event, which is called GGC Trio. And the reason why it's called GGC Trio is we have 3 games at the same time that we're gonna do.
Those are
the FIFA, Color Switch, and Just Dance.
That's interesting. I'm definitely going to be keen on that Color Switch tournament. I'm not even sure how exactly is that going to be arranged, but I'm sure you guys have that locked. But that should be really entertaining.
It's a new experience and a new adventure, and I believe me and my team will.
I'm pretty sure you will. You can believe. I'm pretty sure you'll knock that out of the park.
We'll get it done.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, it's great to know you guys have all these great things in store, and I'm sure more to come. Special thanks to Empire Arcadia, Mr. Johnson. He's like the adhesive that brings and keeps people together. He makes a lot of links and he makes a lot of things happen. And special thanks to Color Switch. Color Switch is doing some remarkable works, and it's, in my humble or not so humble opinion, beyond impressive. So thanks to those guys as well, and thanks to you, Yuba, for coming on. Yeah, definitely. It was great having you.
Yeah, I was telling my team that we're just praying that things go the way we want it, and we believe to be able to have a direct contact with the developer. We probably will be doing more of Color Switch than any other games.
Excellent. I'm sure Color Switch will be happy to hear that.
Yeah, it feels good to do something for someone to appreciate. I mean, the direct ownership, or probably the direct producer of the product you're using. Like I said, this product that I'm using at my best potential. And those people see how good we actually benefited, and you can communicate and also contribute to exactly what they've already produced. And it feels good as a company or an entity.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Raises those vibrations. Thanks again for being on the show. And guys, thanks for watching. If you like my content, please Feel free to like, share, subscribe, notification bell, comment, and all the other good stuff. If you didn't like it, well, we know where the thumbs down and the unsubscribe buttons are. You gotta do what you gotta do. Thanks for watching The Wall, the Lab Video Game TV. Our game is never over.